Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Evocative Scents. Today I will be reviewing this fragrance, or should I say the pale green beast from the Lattafa. Generally speaking, the aquatic and citrusy fragrances do not last very long. At least not in this hot and humid climate. But this one is an aberration. Before I start today's episode, I wanna start the video off first by saying that if you are a fan of fragrance related content, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and please give the video a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, as it will help the channel grow and gain newer audiences. It makes sense that people wanna prioritize the fragrances that they wear, have a very good performance and very good projection, because people want to get noticed and get compliments. And I totally get that, and this fragrance is just the perfect thing for them. This fragrance takes inspiration from the Orthoperici Megamare. When we are talking about Nasomatto or Orthoperici, we are talking about superior longevity. Enough of the introduction, let's jump into the presentation. The fragrance comes in a rectangular box that looks and opens up like a book. The glass bottle is snugly fit inside the velvety silhouette inside the box. The box has a kind of an interesting look with a grey metallic sheen to it, with green splashes all over the box. There is Atlas written on the front of the box, as well as a tree logo on the front, which carries forward to the bottle as well. And at the back of the box there are various information about the fragrance, as well as a hologram for the authenticity of the fragrance, as well as the batch code details and other things which are necessary for the fragrance. The box has a kind of lightly magnetic flaps which helps it to prevent it from opening up accidentally. Now coming to the bottle, it is very heavy and it has a very thick glass at the bottom with the pale green juice inside it, which almost looks transparent, to be honest. Now the cap bears a rock-like look with green shiny particles on it, and the tree logo which I discussed earlier is also embossed on it, and it is one of the heaviest cap I have ever come across. And at the bottom of the bottle there is a sticker mentioning EDP concentration, and despite being a eau de parfum concentration, it has a crazy projection and performance at this price point. There is one little flaw in the presentation, or what could have been a perfect presentation otherwise. The glass, at least in my case, is polished unevenly, but overall the presentation is excellent and very high quality, to be fair, and could easily rival many expensive fragrances. Now enough of the talk about the bottle design and presentation, let's take a look at the Atomizer. I'm just spraying it once because it has a very strong projection and it lasts for an eternity. Now coming to the important topic, the scent profile. This fragrance smells slightly artificial, but in a very good way. Bear in mind that it can also be overwhelming for some people. It has an unapologetic, aquatic, marine, salty kind of opening to it, with citruses in the background, with the sea waves crashing into the shore, with slightly sweet but mostly salty wind hitting your face. This is unmistakably a warm weather fragrance right from the get-go. Though it is a very strong fragrance, it still isn't a very dense fragrance. It retains the Freshie aspect of the fragrance DNA. Along with the aquatic nature at the top, there are some green elements in the heart. Due to the davana, at least to my nose, it comes across as a betel leaves or Indian pan, which along with the iris gives a soapy touch to the fragrance. Although it is a flat fragrance, it changes slightly at the very end. At the end, sweetness disappears completely. What we are left with is slightly musky, salty and green smell at the end. At the base note there is mention of ambergris, however I don't think they are using it, as it is very expensive and it is too difficult to find and perhaps banned in some regions. They must be using some synthetic compounds for it, like ambroxan or something else, which gives it a beautiful scent trail and helps the fragrance last long and project highly. This one has an overwhelmingly strong scent profile, and I would not suggest you to go heavy on the trigger with this fragrance. Let's go to the performance aspect of this fragrance in numbers. For this price point, it is beyond impressive for performance and sillage. However, the strong performance is also a negative for this fragrance, because it can be a polarizing fragrance to some people. This fragrance doesn't drive me to reach for it regularly, especially if you are in indoors or enclosed confined space. It really is in a league of its own. It can definitely beat out many designer and niche fragrances, unless you are getting a dud due to the batch variation, which by the way I have seen happening, not with this fragrance but several various fragrances. Lattafa Atlas is pretty much one of the most impressive Lattafas out there. Not by the scent profile but in terms of performance. Compliment factor is very high, be it positive or negative. You definitely want to wear this fragrance in outdoors, perhaps when you are going to a beach or a park. In a more casual setting, I would not dare to wear this in formal events. Now, is it a blind buy? If you love aquatic, salty, citrusy kind of fragrance and slightly sweet and soapy, then this is a must for you. But if you are kind of the person who likes understated, subtle, under the radar, subdued kind of fragrance, this one is not for that. This fragrance commands all the attention in the world. It is loud and it screams crazily. It has an amazing scent bubble and has an amazing scent trail to it. Now listen, I wanna hear from you all about your experience with this fragrance or any Freshie summer fragrance out there. Please drop your comments down below. I really love the interaction. And also, if you took anything value of this episode, please hit the subscribe, hit the like, and hit the notification bell. It really means a lot to me. And thanks again for watching. I will meet you in the next video.